Got it.
Hello and welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And this week we're bringing you some really fantastic information about how you can save yourself a fortune when you get to New Zealand.
And dodge the fines.
Yeah. There are so many fines. I didn't know there was that many fines that you got when driving. I just thought it was just like the normal speeding
and that's it.
But when we looked into it, we discovered that there are so many fines that you can get when driving in New Zealand if you don't follow the rules.
Yeah, and it's a big thing because when I first came to New Zealand, not that I got fines, but all the guys I was working with tended to be from overseas. And within the first 2 weeks of being in New Zealand, they'd all got speeding tickets. Or, turning right when they shouldn't have been turning right or left or whatever it was. Or
but
not
of course you didn't because you're perfect. Do you know what? I don't think have I even ever had a ticket, any fine?
You were in the paper.
Was I?
Yes.
When?
When we lived in Bath in England.
Yes, I'm talking about New Zealand.
Oh, right. Yes, you've had a speeding ticket here as well.
Yeah, not as many as you.
No,
the reason we made this episode is so that when you come to New Zealand, it's a big thing driving in another country.
It is.
And sometimes you do make mistakes, like innocently. You make innocent mistakes and then a letter pops through the door with a $300 fine on it. And you're like, oh, no. Like for instance, we're talking about fines.
Yep.
Remember when I forgot to put my rego on the car
and
I parked it outside the cafe in town? Mm-hmm. They did me feel like it was a lot, wasn't it?
Because we'd been travelling for 6 months and I think it was about 2 months out, the rego.
Yeah.
Yes, even though I'd got Sunny to go and get a wolf on it. And
it was just, you just think, I've just worked all week for nothing.
Yep.
It's just awful.
But what's the point?
So that's why we're here today, people, to tell you how to save yourself getting a fine when you drive in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So do not forget, if you haven't yet been over to our YouTube channel over on YouTube, we have got a channel over there called It's a Drama. We also published this episode over there. We would love to see you over there if you want to see us in the flesh, sitting in the garden talking about all these driving fines. Head over to It's a Drama YouTube. And also don't forget about our free 5-day video guide that we offer, where we share free videos for 5 days, every day, sharing some aspect of life in New Zealand.
Yeah. And when you get to the end of that 5-day video guide, you are offered to come into our private community.
Yes.
Which has a vehicle channel in there where everyone talks about what they've been fined for.
Do they? Is that what they talk about?
What vehicle
I don't hang out in that channel very often.
I like that channel. It's just like, because you see what people, I've got to buy a Japanese car.
Yeah, they do talk about the cars that they're talking about. Yeah. All right, Brian. It's a very, very supportive channel. And
just like
we're not judgmental at all in the vehicle channel. No, if you want to join our fabulous private NZ Ahead community, you must know about it by now. We talk about it every single week. We can't say enough about it. It's one of those things that I just think, how did we manage to create such a wealth of goodness?
I know.
It really is wonderful. Yeah. So to get to that community, to be around people who are making the adventure of moving to New Zealand, their dream become a reality, you can, like Bryce said, you can take those free 5-day video guides, get to day 5, and we will give you information about how you can join us. So to get those videos, where do you go, Brian?
www.nzahead.com/free.
FREE/free. nzahead.com/free. We would absolutely love to have you as part of our community.
Yeah, or just click the link in the description. It's a bit easier sometimes, isn't it?
So sit back and just think, all that money you've saved on not driving a car and not getting all those fines in New Zealand, you can go out for a nice meal tonight. So just have a nice meal tonight. And when you do your cheers, just think of me and Bri over here in New Zealand.
And if you're a bit of a clever clogs and think, I don't drive a car, well, they'll fine you for not wearing not a motorbike. They'll fine you for not wearing a helmet on your bicycle. Yes. There you go. $150 fine.
It's true. Yeah, it is true. Okay, sit back and enjoy the show.
Got it.
Welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. Everything you need to know about moving to and living in New Zealand.
There's a whole world here.
So nice to be with you again.
We call it Aotearoa around here, bro.
You'll be right.
We are your hosts, Liz and Brian.
Amazing New Zealand in the southern seas.
See, that's where I belong. That's home.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And we are back this week to tell you all about driving fines in New Zealand and how you can avoid them.
I've got some notes.
According to an article in the NZ Herald, thank you guys over there, you've done your work properly. Over the last decade, tourists who have visited New Zealand and Kiwis who live in New Zealand have evaded paying. I had to look at what evaded means. It means they've avoided paying, posh word for avoided, fines totaling 156 million New Zealand dollars.
Which, that's a shed load of money.
In driving fines.
I could buy me a new boat.
So good on you for avoiding paying it. But here's how to avoid getting those fines in the first place. Okay, let's jump on in.
Well, number one, we've got running a red light. Well, that's kind of obvious, isn't it?
It is.
You know, you're a bit of a dick if you run a red light, really, aren't you?
You are.
You know, and the lights work slightly different than they do in the UK, more towards the American. You know, here we have, if it goes to amber, it means it's going to go to red, and then it just goes straight to green.
Yeah.
So in the UK, they do red, and amber, and then green. So you kind of know when you're about to start off, like, you know. So this is about not so much jumping a red light, but it's just driving through a red light. Or if it's going orange and then it's red as you go through it, you have actually gone through a red light.
How much is the fine, Brian?
150 New Zealand dollars.
Don't do it.
Not a lot, really.
Well, I think it is.
I don't think it is.
You know what my granddad always used to say? Don't be an amber gambler. Just remember that.
There you go.
You stop when that light comes on and you don't go through.
And the big thing that people don't understand, what does green actually mean, Liz?
Go.
Does it?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Number two.
It means proceed with caution and give way if you have to, because there might be a guy running a red light.
Right, okay.
So you must give way to him. It's not just go.
Right. The next one, to avoid paying a 200 New Zealand dollar fine. And by the way, these figures are all from the New Zealand Transport Agency.
Yes.
So we know what we're talking about here.
Really?
Not displaying a license plate. Results, if you haven't got a visible license plate, you will get fined 200 New Zealand dollars.
Yeah, so the license plate is obviously the number on the car, the license plate, the registration plate, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know, one on the front, one on the back.
Yeah.
Must have a light on the one on the back as well.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Next one. Failing to yield to pedestrians. So one time I didn't really understand what yield meant. You know, I remember driving to America and seeing yield. It's like, what does yield mean? It's give way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it means that at a pedestrian crossing, okay? So if there is someone standing waiting on the pedestrian crossing, obviously not without traffic lights, so we're talking like a zebra crossing here, which is white and black, painted on the road with normally big yellow signs or flashing yellow beacons, Belisha beacons they used to be called. And if you don't stop for that person, then you can get a fine. And it's
$150.
Is it $150?
I don't think it's enough.
No, I don't think that's enough. No, because, you know, you come up to school areas and stuff and people are trying to get to work and there's kids waiting. And all right, some of them have barriers that they bring out into the road. That's a completely different thing.
That's really nice.
But, you know, people are in a rush. Everyone's in a rush and you don't. One thing that does get me is when somebody's walking along the footpath and you don't know and they just step out onto that's a bit different.
Here's the thing I was going to say is we've talked about this before. We moved over to the UK from the UK in 2009, and coming over here, like in the UK on a zebra crossing, if you're flipping miles away and you see someone at the zebra crossing, you get prepared to stop.
Yeah, you do.
But in New Zealand, it was a big shock to us that sometimes they just don't stop. Even when you're standing at the side of the road on the zebra crossing, they don't stop. And that was just like a really big, you know, eye-opener to us. So be really, really careful and aware of that. But drivers, yes, stop the car when someone is on that zebra crossing. And like I say, $150 you're going to be getting for that one.
Yeah, I think it would change if it was a bit more like California, where, you know, with those rules, like if you hit a pedestrian, you could be done for manslaughter or imprisonment.
Do you remember when we went on holiday with your brother?
Yeah, my brother was like, move away from the pedestrians. I'm like, why? They're walking on the road.
Why?
Get off the road.
Why should I move away from them?
It was just a road that we were driving along, and they're all walking down the side of the road.
Please don't do as Brian does.
Yes. There you go, you see.
Right, Right, the next one I want to talk about is making illegal turns. Again, from the New Zealand Transport Agency, you will be fined $150 for this. I'm surprised you haven't been done time and time again, Brian.
Why?
Because
what does it actually mean, an illegal turn, Liz?
Making illegal turns, doing a U-turn.
So what?
Doing a U-turn.
No, it's not a U-turn.
What does it mean then?
No, that's unless it says no U-turn.
Right.
An illegal turn means you can't turn right. So you see the sign with the bent and the cross through it and a round circle.
Right.
There's lots of them in New Plymouth city centre, because you're going along and it's like, I want to turn right. And it's like, why have you got no right turn? And
why did they do that, do you reckon?
It's so you don't use the town as a cut through.
Oh, right, okay,
I think that's what it is, but I don't really, or it keeps the traffic flowing that bit better through the town. So you can't turn right.
You know, when we come out of the charity shop and you can't turn right in New Plymouth, I'm always really tempted to just say, oh, should I just do it? Because
who's going to see me?
I know,
the camera.
$150, not worth it, is it? You've saved all that money in the charity shop. Don't go and blow it on a $150 fine.
See, I remember once, I know we're going back a little bit here, back to the red light, and it's a bit of a confession, Liz.
Go on, Brian.
I had a lot of wood on the roof on the van that I was driving when I was a full-time tradie, with pipes and things on the top, and I was coming up down a big hill to a traffic light, and it had just gone orange, and I was just thinking, I should be able to make it here, because if I hit the brakes hard now,
amber gambler.
I really think, not that it was unsecure load, but it might just want to shift that little bit on the roof racks. Not that it would, but as I was crossing it, it went red. But, and someone phoned me up from the police.
And said what?
You've got to stop at red lights. And I said, I did. And explained the reason. She said, yeah, you're lucky, but, we're not going to do you now, but we're actually warning you.
We're adding your fine to the $156
I was not one of the evading
the other
people.
Kiwis haven't paid.
Yeah, there you go.
God. Right, my one is... Oh, no, it's your one next.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do this one next, because that goes hand in hand with what I just did. Is reckless and careless driving. Yeah. And New Zealand does have a lot of reckless and careless drivers.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, me. You'll notice it when you're... I don't know, you're driving around New Zealand, you'll just see lots of donut rubber tyre marks all over the roads. And it's like as if it's a rite of passage for some young jokers, as they say. And it's even older guys as well with their big V8s, and, they weld up the diffs on them, so they have a drifting car. And it just destroys the road, to be honest. It really, really does. And it looks pretty shit, I think. And... things can go really wrong when you're doing drifting on a public highway, Again,
$150 fine on that one.
It's not enough.
I just got to say... sorry.
But...
Yep.
Potential imprisonment.
Oh, really?
Yep, $150 fine and potential imprisonment.
Yeah, but that's reckless driving, like dangerous driving.
But that's running red lights, or you're not stopping for pedestrians. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what? There's always a rule or a road infringement that they can pin on you, even though you haven't done that one thing, but they can get you for that or get you for that. I mean, it's like, I think if you looked at all the stuff, you would never bother driving, because you can't actually start, even
Do you know what,
driving.
Brian? Don't, because it's better for the environment.
There you go.
Just walk.
Leave it up to the bus drivers.
Shanks's pony. Get on your
I
leg.
like Yanks's pony.
Get on your legs. And before we move on, I do want to say, because it's just niggling me just a tiny little bit. When you were a young lad and you used to drive your Golf GTI, did you ever do any donuts or anything? So then don't turn into one of those old men.
You can't
start saying, I don't like it. It's bad for the road.
No. But you can't really do a donut in a front wheel drive car. It's got to be rear wheel. So I didn't do things like that, and plus as well, I couldn't afford tyres.
Brian, when you were 26, you're right, a speed freak. So anyway, moving on, don't do that. So because you're going to get a $150 fine. You are here because you love New Zealand, just like me and Brian. And me and Brian made it our reality of moving over here. We arrived in New Zealand in 2009 with 2 small children, and I tell you what, hardly any information to our name. We came over here with no resources, no contacts, we knew nothing. One night while we were sitting around the fire when we got to New Zealand, we said, wouldn't it be great if we made something for other people in the same situation as us that gave them everything they needed to know about moving to New Zealand? And that's just what we did. We started a community of people, of like-minded adventurers from all over the world who are making their dream of moving to New Zealand a reality. This community is made up of 400 beautiful souls, each one bringing their own story, their own needs, their own information to our community. And I just love it. I tell you, it's just the best community in the whole wide world. If you would like to be part of that community or get to know more about it, then you can take our free 5-day video guide that we offer. This is a video guide that Brian and I created, showing you some aspect of life in New Zealand every single day. There is nothing like this on the internet. You won't find it anywhere else. It's brilliant and it's unique and it's free. So sign up to those 5-day video guides, and on day 5, I'll give you more information about how you can join our beautiful New Zealand community. Sign up now by going to www.nzahead.com/free. That's www.nzahead.com/free. Get to day 5, see all about our community, and I hope to see you on the other side. Okay, let's get back to the show. So because you're going to get a $150 fine.
Yeah.
Right, okay. My one is you will get a $250 fine, and this is from local council regulations. I've got this information from.
Right.
So all districts are different, but it can be up to $250 fine if you are found driving on beach areas in unauthorized, like if it says no vehicles on the beach, $250 fine. So
yeah, or it might be a certain time of year.
Yes.
That you're not allowed with the vehicle on the beach, because a lot of people just can take the vehicles on the beaches in New Zealand.
Yeah. Like 90 Mile Beach. Remember when we drove our car on 90 Mile Beach?
Yeah,
when we
90
first
Mile
came
Beach.
to New Zealand, it was just, it was brilliant.
Yeah. But just out around the coast here in Taranaki, you can go out a lot of places with your vehicles.
Yeah.
And, it's getting quite popular with those guys that have those, look like the car that would go around the world for some unknown reason, like, an old diesel, Nissan diesel Patrol or something like that, and they go and put a Cummins engine in it or something with a big turbo and big noisy exhaust and drive around the beach as if the apocalypse has happened in a vehicle with light bars all over it. And, it's just like, what are you doing, guys? It's just New Zealand. It's not the outback of the world, like,
You know, Bri, I've got to say, this episode isn't going how I wanted it to go, because what I wanted it to be was like telling people about
but
fines.
People got to be realised.
It's just coming across that you're just bitter,
Yeah.
you're resentful. You wish you were one of those guys
But they
in the
have
big
these
V8.
humongous bull bars on the front of their vehicle.
You'd love to be them.
But we don't have kangaroos here.
Brian, you would love to be that guy.
No, I wouldn't.
You? Yes, you
because
bloody
you
would.
just look like a knob.
We're going to have to cut all this out. You realise that, don't you? This is just coming across as you being super resentful.
It's like guys in Ford Wranglers. I mean, what is it with the Ford Wrangler that they have to think that it's if, like, I don't know, you're going on an Arctic expedition. It's like you're driving along a road in New Zealand.
Okay, Bri. Okay.
Get
all
over
right.
it, guys.
One day, maybe if you ask nicely,
I had a
if you
pickup
ask
truck at one
nicely,
time.
Bri, they'll let you drive just as
Yeah.
a little passenger. Just say, "Can I step up into your vehicle?
Yeah.
If I'm really good and I don't talk, can I come on an expedition with you, please, chaps?"
Yes.
Right. Okay. Move on. Go on. Tell me about your excessive noise thing.
There we go. Excessive noise. So let's get back to from the diesels that they have nowadays with loud exhaust. So if you've got a excessive noise from a car, there it is, a $200 fine. It's not enough.
Why?
Because it's like, do you know what? Who's gonna enforce it?
I can't understand.
Who's running around with a sound decibel meter going, "Oh mate, fragging out, we got you there"?
I can't understand how they'll only charge you $150 for not stopping at a pedestrian crossing, which is like you're risking killing
but a
someone.
noisy vehicle gets
But
more.
a noisy vehicle gets
Come on.
$200.
What are you- NZ Transport. What do you do? Who's gonna do it? There's not enough police here.
Yeah. I must admit, there's nothing nicer though, is there, when you're sitting here at night and you're just having a nice glass of wine on your deck and you just hear, and you always say to me, "Oh, that sounds nice." You don't go
do you know
out
what?
and say, "Oh, it's $200
there's a sound
fine."
of a nice car, a nice V8 or an Audi that's got a nice, I don't know, exhaust system on it. Just sounds good.
Yeah.
And that sounds great. Yeah,
Rich sound.
Like Jens, who's got a KTM motorbike. When he comes up the road on it, and he just changes gear. Not that he is anymore because he came off it. It just sounds fantastic. But anyway.
So, yeah, too noisy. And don't they take the mufflers off? Is that is that a thing here?
They go through, have a straight through exhaust. Because here in New Zealand, you can take your catalytic converter off. You can do whatever you want for emissions. Yes, if it's got excessive smoke for more than 10 seconds, they can fine you for that as well. But you can have the noisiest vehicles in the world because no one's gonna fine you.
Well, they might do, because if you were like, if someone was driving up and down here really noisy, and you phoned the police or or is it transport agency, and said it's noisy and here's their number plate, they would come out and fine them. So yes.
But who's going to do that? It's just like, I'll run outside and try and get the rego number.
Good luck with that.
Really? It hasn't got one. It's just got a big bull bar on the front.
Right, my turn.
You.
This can, again, incur a fine up to 150 New Zealand dollars. I got this information from the Auckland Transport Agency, using bus lanes illegally. And it's funny we should say this, because our son just got a fine for $150.
Yeah,
didn't he?
that was for using just at the end of the bus lane, because he was turning left and his sat-nav said turn left, because he's not used to driving there, obviously. And he obviously went like 50 metres into the bus lane. And they did him.
Yeah.
$250 fine, was it?
Well, he got a $250 fine, didn't he? It says here $150, but maybe that's the minimum. So, yeah, just be really, really careful when you're driving around Auckland, because a lot of the times you can't see those signs. And especially if you're a tourist, you just got off the plane, you've picked up your car, just be really, really careful about
there's lots of cameras in them and things like that. And I understand to keep buses moving, you want to do that.
Love you, bus drivers. We know you get frustrated with us.
I won't talk about the bike lanes in New Plymouth anyway.
Why? No, you won't, because
There's
it's
no
not on our
bikes
list.
on them.
Pardon?
There's no bikes, and they've spent millions making bike lanes on roads that maybe 2 bikes go down a day.
Going down the coastal walkway, down the down the
That's all
front.
I've got to say about that.
Okay, have you got another one?
Yes. Ignoring road closed signs. You will see
How
that.
much do you get fined, first of all?
Well, you get fined for this one, you get $200.
Right.
So it's entering or driving in closed road areas can lead to a $200 fine. And you'll find, you'll be driving along and you'll just see a big sign that'll say road closed ahead. And you're like, shit. And what it means is the road to the left or the right is closed. It's just like, why don't you put that a bit closer? Because the road I'm actually on, I'm thinking now, which is a main state highway, is closed. Bit silly by whoever does that, Traffic Safe or whoever you are.
You've totally confused me, so I'm just going to ignore what you've just said.
It means that the road to the left is closed, not the road you are actually on.
Right. Well, doesn't it have a left sign that says...
No, it doesn't say anything.
I bet it does, and you're just not looking properly.
I'm quite observant when I'm driving, honest.
Oh, really?
Apart from when I reverse.
All right, then. So not going on road closure signs.
Yes. Yeah. Just be aware of them. You'll see a road close sign. It might be the road you're on, but normally it's to the left or the right, the side road, as they call it here. Yeah.
Okay, my one. According to the New Zealand Transport Agency, you will be fined up to $150 if you fail to signal while turning. Makes sense, really, doesn't it?
Well, it
Just
does.
signal.
Yeah.
Just put your indicator on.
Yeah.
Do you know, there's nothing winds Brian up more than when we're behind someone and they turn and Brian says something. He never says that. He says, I've never really heard him say this much, apart from like about 25 times a day whenever we're driving together. Oh, nice signalling, mate. Oh, yeah, because I'm psychic. I know where you go, mate.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't say that. I don't say psychic, mate.
You say, oh, yeah, thanks for the signal, mate.
Yeah, because...
who are you talking to?
Because what they do is they're driving along, the guy lives in the road, but he slams his brakes on, and then he puts his indicator on.
John's going to think there's something going on.
Do it the other way around. Indicate, and then slam your brakes on.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what I like, Bri? Do you know what I wish they would bring back?
Hang you.
What? Have you taken your testosterone today, Bri? You need to go into your suit. Calm yourself down a bit, boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I wish they'd bring back? I wish they'd bring back where you had to put your arm out of the window to do signalling.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the old cars that didn't used to have yeah. I can actually remember cars without signals.
My granddad used to do it, and he would put his arm out.
The movements and everything. Like, when you're slowing down, you have to wave your arm
but
up and down.
But the only thing is, right, if you're driving and you want to turn right and you'd put your arm out right, what did you do when you wanted to turn left?
You have to go like that. have to circle.
Why did they not keep that in?
Yeah, so you're circling. You're not waving to slow down.
Yeah.
Like that. So
Yeah.
it's like circling to turn right.
The last one that we want to talk about, and it isn't on the
Turn
list.
left. Sorry. I wonder which car you're in.
The last one we wanted to talk about, and it isn't on the list, is mobile phones while driving. You're not allowed to be on your mobile phone while driving in New Zealand.
Unless it's in a cradle and your hands free.
And your hands free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't be texting and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Do you remember
illegal.
when they brought that law out in the UK?
Yes.
It was about 2008, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they stopped it. And then when we moved to New Zealand in 2009, I don't know if they'd brought it in, but we were so used to not being able
At
to
the
be on
time,
our
it wasn't.
phone.
It was just coming in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could still use your phone. I was quite shocked when we first came in 2009 that I could still use the phone, and people would use the phone in the car. And then just after that came in, they changed the right turn how to turn right and left in New Zealand.
Yeah.
All changed.
Yeah. Here's another one as well before we go. Have we got
What?
time to say this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just quickly tell you. Do you remember when we were in Truro in Cornwall in England and that policeman came up to you because you were eating your pasty?
Yeah.
And he said, "You're not allowed to eat."
I was sitting on double yellow lines. I didn't have any road tax at the time in the car that I was in. It was a company car, but it just didn't. And I was just
Nice.
like, I just can't be bothered because he was a sergeant guy with all the stripes, and he was just like strolling around doing his job.
As policemen
And
do.
you just got a pasty, and I was about to pull away off the double yellows because you'd got back in the car, and he went, and he puts his hand out, "Stop, mate! You're not allowed to drive with that." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, with the pasty in your hand.
Yeah.
You need two hands to drive that vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And quite rightly so as well. But I don't know if that applies in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So if
automatic, mate, it's fine.
If
One's
you
fine.
well, this is. Do you know?
Power steering.
Two things. One, if you're in New Zealand now and you've been here all your life, can you just tell us, are we allowed to eat a pie when we're driving? I don't know if we are or not,
Do you
but
know-
I always see
Yeah.
people eating when they're driving.
Yeah, and it's smoking as well. What's the difference?
Yeah,
but
and
you're allowed to
smoking.
smoke when you're driving. Why?
Maybe you're not. Maybe
Really?
you're not. Are
Yeah.
you? I don't know.
Well, not being funny.
Luckily we
After
don't
New
smoke, so
Zealand,
we don't know.
they stop at the traffic lights and open the windows, and all the vape goes out.
Yeah. So are you allowed to vape? Because what's the difference if you're vaping in your car? What's the difference between that and Bri eating his pasty? I just want to know. So can you let us know?
I had to
in
put the whole
comments?
pasty in my mouth in one go. I've never done it before, but it's a whole pasty went in my mouth. I just big chubby cheeks and drove off.
Right, so we hope you enjoyed that episode about driving fines in New Zealand. If you are visiting New Zealand, it is a wonderful, wonderful country, very easy to drive around. You need a car really to get around if you're going to go north to
Or a
south.
camper or whatever it is you're going to be in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we hope that this episode has brought you not only some joy and some laughter, but some information about how to avoid being one of those tourists that are evading paying 156 million in fines over the last 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So please drive safely. Drive safely. Put your seatbelt on as well, is what I should have said as well.
Yeah.
That's another fine you will incur. Seatbelts are mandatory in New Zealand. Put your seatbelt on. Don't eat a pasty.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing all these things that we've told you to do and enjoy your stay in New Zealand.
Yeah, and on a final point, speeding is strictly observed by the police, and they will do you. And sometimes especially around.
Did we say speeding? Was that on here? How did we miss that?
Because it's quite obvious, I think.
Yeah.
But it's
Speeding
just be really careful of that, because every police car tends to have radar, and at times when it's public holidays around Christmas and Easter and all those sort of things, zero tolerance.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and that's a little bit hard
And
to
drink driving as well.
yeah, but obviously, yeah, but a bit hard to swallow. Zero tolerance. That's like 1K over. It's like, really? Come on.
It's for the safety of the people.
I know, because lots more accidents happen
Yeah.
because people are off on their holidays and they're like stressed out and off they go.
Yeah.
So I understand why they do it. It is all of this stuff we're talking about is for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To keep our country safe and to keep our visitors and our
Keep it
Kiwis
moving.
safe and keep it moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. Do not forget to leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, share this episode with people who are coming to New Zealand who love New Zealand as much as you do. Don't forget that 5-day video guide where you can get our free 5-day videos of life in New Zealand. All that will be in the description below. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us, Kiwis. Keep safe on the road, and I will speak to you soon.
Yep. So kia kaha, stay strong. Kia u, stay true. Keep your eyes open on the road.
Okay.
See you now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast this week. We have loved having you here with us.
If you love this week's show, please share this with your friends. Send it to anybody you know that wants to think about moving to New Zealand, and get on over here yourself.
And tell them how brilliant it is as well. And also, if you haven't signed up for our free 5-day video guide showing you what life is really like in New Zealand, then go over to the website and sign up. You are missing out. This is brilliant. Go over to www.nzahead/free and we will send you 5 days worth of videos about what life is like in New Zealand. You are going to love it. So one more time, that website that you need to sign up for the free 5-day guide is www.nzahead/free. So we're going to see you next week. Until then, have a great week and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye again. Bye.
Bye.